Hello, and welcome to Tensegrity Adventures. Today I'm going to show you how to assemble an icosahedron tensegrity using this boba straw tip method that includes screw-on caps like that. This method will actually work to build icosahedrons with any of the screw-on cap tips that I have, or straws or sticks. First of all, I like to mark my rubber bands in 4 equal lengths. I put them on a little jig like this so that the rubber band is stretched, and the idea being that these distances will be equal even after we assemble the tensegrity. Now this step is optional. You can successfully build a tensegrity without it and just adjust the lengths by eye once you get the tensegrity assembled before you tighten the screws down all the way. Okay, to build the icosahedron tensegrity, you need 6 struts. In this case, we're using these boba straws. And if you're using the rubber band method, then you need 6 rubber bands. We've got 6 rubber bands here. And we have strut tips, and we have 6 struts. Each strut has 2 ends, so we need 12 strut tips. To begin with, we're going to assemble the struts. So all of the screw on tip systems that I have, some use dowels, some use straws, but they all work the same way in that there's just a press fit. Now, there's grooves in the ends of these, and you want those grooves to line up so that when we start putting the rubber bands in there, things look good. So, other than that, it's just a matter of putting these on. Okay, now I have 6 struts, 2 blue, 2 yellow, and 2 pink. And I have my marked rubber bands that I've marked using this jig. You don't need to mark the rubber bands, but if you do, it'll be easier to get things lined up. If you have marked rubber bands, you want to put the mark on the tip of the strut like that. And same on the other side, there'll be another mark there. And if you have marked rubber bands, you can check to make sure that those marks line up here in the middle. If you don't have marked rubber bands, you can just grab these 2 rubber bands like that and make sure they feel about the same tension. And then you'll know your rubber band is about in the middle. I also like to, when I'm working with fat rubber bands, especially, I try to get all the twists out of it. That way things just look a little better when you're all done. Okay, now we have 6 struts loaded up with rubber bands. Now we're going to start building the icosahedron tensegrity. And we're going to start like this. I'm going to put this blue one on here. And an important thing to remember as we're assembling this is each strut tip is only going to take 2 rubber bands. So as soon as we get 2 rubber bands on there, we can put our little washer on. And we just want to have it finger tight for now. We'll screw this cap on, and that way these rubber bands won't escape. And we don't want to tighten it down all the way. We want to have a little bit of room in case we want to adjust the length of the rubber band. And so we're going to start by putting 2 yellow bands, 2 yellow struts on this guy like that. Sometimes it's helpful to find the threads, to run the threads backwards until you feel like drop in. Any good mechanic will know that technique. Okay, so we got a blue one on this end of the yellows, and so we're going to put a blue on the other end, so everything ends up symmetrical. Put this guy in there. Okay, so now we've got this structure built like that. Yeah, like that, and all four of the yellow screws are on. Okay, now we're going to put the pink one here. We'll screw that on. And we'll go ahead and put the other end on that one. These particular straws are a little bit fragile. If you pull them too hard, you can bend them. Once you get everything together, it should be fine. But you won't be able to play soccer with this Tensegrity with straws. Okay, now we've got this structure here like this. The pink and the yellow have their screw caps on. The blue are still not screwed on. And when I look at this, I see it's a little bit crooked. It's not really, that diamond that's formed by this strut right here isn't really straight, so I'm just going to cheat this over a little bit and try to get that more symmetric. Same thing on the other end. And that way, things will look a little better. I'm off of my mark. Rubber bands are not completely homogeneous, and so you sometimes have to adjust. Okay, so now these blue tips only have one rubber band each, and it's the rubber bands are associated with the pink ones. Need to go in like that. And this one goes there. And this one goes here. And that one goes there. Okay, there we go. That is an icosahedron tensegrity built from clear straws and rubber bands.